Hey everyone, welcome back to another Getting Techy with SaaS Alerts. My name is Ben, and in today's video we're going to check out a very interesting article that was just posted on Bleeping Computer. Let's jump into it. So this one says malicious Adobe, DocuSign, and other OAuth apps are targeting Microsoft. And how they're doing that is very interesting. I want to show you this. This original thread was popped up on X, discovered by some Proofpoint researchers, and they saw these individual little applications being loaded. So you'll notice one thing: they are not verified publishers. They are relying on the familiarity of their name, Adobe Drive, DocuSign, and then Adobe Acrobat. But these are not the legitimate applications that you would normally load. So in order for us to try to detect those, we did make a rule with Respond that will allow you to keep an eye out for these. All right, so the original thread that was posted on info.exchange and also X listed some application IDs for us to keep an eye out for, as well as some reply URLs, redirection URLs. So firewall level, obviously you can take a look at some of these, but if we zoom in, we can see that there are a bunch of app IDs that have been used. And now one thing to keep in mind is, since they are kind of creating custom apps, they can have different app IDs. So the rule that I'm going to show you today will also help you identify ones that are using different app IDs, but kind of the same scope of permissions that this is requesting. You can see that the scope that it's looking for is profile, email, and OpenID. So that's one of the things that we'll be keeping an eye out for. This will increase the likelihood of us having a false positive, but not by much. Let's do this. Let's jump into SaaS Alerts and let me show you how to create this rule. And if you want to tweak it, that's okay too. All right, so the rule that I made, I just went ahead and called it malicious Adobe, DocuSign, OAuth apps. And let's take a look at here and check some of the conditions. I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller so you can see the entire screen. All right, so the very first thing that we're going to start out with is monitoring for the installation of these apps right here. So we're going to be looking at SaaS integration, plus we're going to be looking for the usage of these apps if they are already in existence. And that's what the OAuth access is used for. Our filters are going to be pretty straightforward. We're going to have first, we're going to look for some miscellaneous, and that is one of the fields that will contain the app ID. And so we're looking for those 4 app IDs that were identified in the original post. As more emerge, feel free to add them. You'll just click on or, select miscellaneous, and do contains and then app ID. For the next part, we decided to go ahead and do the same 2 events, but with a couple of different filters that kind of gives us some flexibility for when those app IDs do change, we have a better chance of detecting them. Now, this part right here is the part that's going to generate the possible false positives because I can't tell our system only show me OpenID, email, and profile. So if you see one created from DocuSign, then you may want to look at and see what other permissions it has. It's these 3 that are going to be the ones that you're going to want to look out for. But I also did something a little different. I want you to take note of this. The description details contains DocuSign from. We do see a lot of DocuSign and other integrations coming from like iOS devices, Android, whatever. But if you just put DocuSign from, then this will only be the DocuSign by itself, which that's what was indicated in the article. So we're looking for DocuSign from, and then we are also looking for the miscellaneous permission of OpenID, possible email, and profile. So these 3 together will hopefully, this is going to look, and that's why I use the and statement, is I want to look for not only this, but I also want to look for the existence of all 3 of these things together, and then 4 total. So I looked for that one. I did another one for Adobe Drive, and then I did another one for Acrobat. So hopefully this covers the when the app ID changes, which is inevitable, or if someone's using a different one that they've just crafted, then it's possible that this will, definitely flag. But I'm not going to do anything as far as locking out accounts with this sort of thing because of these chances for false positive, but I am going to be alerted. And now whatever action you decide to take is 100% up to you. If you did want to remove the chance of a false positive and you only wanted to concentrate on the things that were indicated in the article, then I would just remove this bottom section completely and just look out for these app IDs. And if you see them, lock the account down. All right, well, that pretty much sums it up. If you do have any questions or comments, I encourage you to join our Discord server. It's a great way for you to interact with our community. I also put this rule right there on Discord so that you can copy and paste a lot of the data in there, so creating this rule isn't such a pain in the butt. But I look forward to hearing from you. And if you did run into anything concerning this sort of rule that you think should be brought to my attention, I'm on Discord as well, and you're always welcome to DM me. All right, well, I'll talk to you guys soon and hope you have a good rest of your day.